I want to talk about relating more to the people that you lead. This is all about your perspective on relationship and how close or personal you should be. I find with all these things riding on our work, most of us in leadership tend to create a sort of emotional buffer around us, a sort of psychological distance between us and the people that we lead, because we feel like it gives us the opportunity to direct action better. It's totally understandable, but it's really problematic to have this disconnection and this distance when it comes to developing your people. That's because helping people grow isn't a one-size-fits-all proposition. It's very individualized. The best leaders know that despite that saying, that adage that says, oh, it's not personal, it's just business, they know that when it comes to building people and building teams, inspiring them or strengthening them, it is always personal. So if you want to help build your people and make a great team, relate more to the people that you lead. That means you've got to connect with them. And if you want to inspire them to growth, if you want to change them, you've got to get closer to them, because there is a sort of reciprocity to influence. I know it's kind of a big academic term. Let me explain what I mean by this two-way reciprocity of influence in a familiar scenario. Not long ago, I was in a wedding of a friend of mine, and in a wedding, often in the day before the wedding, the groom's party will go out and play a game of golf or something together, just to give them a chance to interact and connect with each other. We did that sort of thing, but instead of playing golf, we went off and played paintball. Have you ever played paintball? I'm not sure that's the word I should use, play paintball, because this is like playing war. It's this thing where you go out and you shoot these sort of bath beads of ink at each other and all this. This is what we're going to do on the day before the wedding pictures had even been taken. And as we were headed out there, this was the first time I'd done it, and I got to admit, I was pretty psyched up. I was pretty convinced that I was going to be pretty amazing. I mean, I was going to distinguish myself on the battlefield. I was already prepared to be some sort of combination of Conan the Barbarian and the Terminator. I mean, I was going to be like something no one had ever seen before out there. I was just sure of this. So we get to the place where we're going to do paintball. We all climb out of the van, and we get our equipment and our guns, and they do some adjusting and things like that. And then we go out on the field where we're going to have the battle, and a big air horn sounds. And all of a sudden, the paintballs start flying, and everything changed for me. Instead of being a modern-day Achilles charging the line, I turned into a whimpering little kitten. Adrenaline was like coming out of my eyes. I mean, this was a big, scary experience. And I learned something about myself. Instead of being a great warrior and a great hero, in my heart of hearts, I longed more than anything else to be a sniper. By that I mean I wanted to hide or be someplace where I could be completely safe and yet pick everybody else off with impunity. But I discovered something very quickly. That is that when we got out of the van and got our equipment, when they adjusted our guns, they adjusted everyone's guns so that they shot with the same force and the same distance. In short order, I found out there was no way around it, that if I wanted to get close enough to shoot you, I had to be close enough for you to shoot me in return. There wasn't any way around it. I thought, this is a ridiculous idea. Who invented this? Because there was no way for me to connect with you without risking being connected with, in a way, in return. That's what I mean by the reciprocity of influence. Influence runs both ways, and if you want to be close enough to have the kind of profound effect on your people that you want to have and that they want you to have, you're going to have to get close enough to be impacted in return. That's what it means to be cultivating a real relationship and to know them. I mean, if you want to challenge them or even make them uncomfortable in the ways that might lead them upward and onward, well, you're going to have to feel challenged and uncomfortable too. You aren't going to be able to be safe. If you want to extend themselves to go that country mile or expend the energy and emotion on which legendary service depends, well, you're going to have to extend and expend yourself as well. You're going to need to get close enough to know her specific strengths or his specific weaknesses, to know which tasks or situations are perfectly suited to them, or which situations probably doom them from the start. And there's no way that you can be this close without getting in and getting messy yourself. That's what it means to develop a real relationship and to have that kind of profound influence that helps you develop better people and build a great team.